Hello, and welcome back to a very spooky Solotober. You might say we're kind of in the endgame. It is October 30th. Halloween is tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean in about an hour. So, what better way to start off than continuing Silent Hill? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing okay. I know it's not the smartest idea to go live at 11 p.m. But, hey, I've been busy. So yeah, we last left off leaving Maria behind to get caught by Pyramid Head, or as some revisionists would say, the Red Thing. Anyways, I've been having a lot of fun playing Silent Hill 2. I can see why people really enjoy it. It scratches that very unique itch of wanting something that's deep. And you just can't really put your finger on why. The game kind of doesn't really explain anything. And I think that's one of its strongest points. Anyways. I don't think we're that far from finishing this game. So. Oh wow, that really just loaded back in. Oh, and there's that music. You can really see why, to some people, this is their comfort game. Even if, you know, this is a horror game. Maria's dead, and Laura's run off. Once again, I couldn't do anything to help. Mary, what should I do? Are you really waiting for me somewhere? Or is this your way of something? I'm gonna find Mary. It's the only thing I have left to hope for. I forgot these characters don't exactly speak like normal people. Oh, now there's nurses out in the street. Seems like we've kind of gone into the other world. TM. Yeah, no, I have been really enjoying the atmosphere in this game. It's like... it's unlike anything I've really gotten to experience. This game's not afraid to just give you silence. I've been playing a lot. I've been playing a lot of. Sorry, I just gotta get warmed up here. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty, you know, off stream to try and grind the souls. I really want that camo, that cool, color-changing camo that glows in the dark. And I've been playing a lot of that. And I bring up Call of Duty because tonally, they are very different games. And I think for good reason, right? You wouldn't want every game to be the same. But you can't help but see when you market an action game that has, you know, the Halloween event, it's still kind of just super loud explosions going off in the distance and rocket launchers. You don't have any downtime at all. Speaking of downtime, guess that guy was down on his time. Ha ha ha. No, but I've been playing a lot of that game. Is that the enemy from Silent Hill 3? The closer? Huh. And, you know, I've mentioned before, I can't help but mention that I'll wait at Bar Neely's. Can't help but mention that. I can't help but mention modern games really don't like to, like, consider the player is actually a person. Games like to handhold. And I get, you know, games have always had to handhold its players. It's like, even sometimes I get lost. But these modern AAA games like to really like walk the player on what to do. Makes you wonder if someone from Gen Alpha plays this game, you know, 10, 20 years in the future. It's gonna happen. Time marches on. I was young once too. You can't help but wonder, how are they gonna react to a game like this? There's no Subway Surfers in the corner. There's no hot knife cutting through soap. There's like very low stimulation. So, you know, I wonder, would a game like this even still exist in the future? I would think so, right? There's always a market for stuff. Not everyone is just brain dead. Dopamine, constantly attention on 3 different devices. But if people couldn't really wrap their heads around this game when it came out, you know, I have no faith in the future of titles like this. I think indie games are always gonna have that place in game culture, you know? Doing what AAA companies just don't want to do. They don't see the profit in it. And you know, for better or for worse, that's how the future is heading. And in that vein, I think rightfully so, a lot of people don't have faith in Konami to actually do this game justice in their remake. Oh, a wrench and a letter. Or perhaps you are a fool. The truth usually betrays people. A part of that abyss is in the old society. The key to the society is in the park, at the foot of the praying woman, inside of the ground, inside of a box. To open it, I need a wrench. My patient buried it there. I knew, but did nothing. It made me uneasy to have such a thing near. I wasn't looking for the truth, I was looking for tranquility. I also saw that thing. I fled. But the museum was sealed so well. Now no one dares to approach that place. If you still do not wish to stop, James, I pray to the Lord to have mercy on your eternal soul. Who wrote that? Did the town manifest that letter and the wrench? Yeah, we've got to go back over there. I think we got to go through this road and then Nathan Avenue. Unless we have to go back through Saul Street and, you know, go through there. I guess let's try this first path out. So yeah. I wish there were more horror games like this out on the wild. I miss when games would just let you play them. Nowadays you kinda need... You're gonna have to buy the game. Buy the expansion pack. Maybe buy the DLC. If Callisto's anything to go by, can't even have the proper ending to the game. Didn't Asura's Wrath do that thing? I say do that thing. And remember the controversy that surrounded that game, because the ending came out like months later as DLC. So if you played that game and you wanted to see how it ended, you still had to shell out more money to see the ending. It's not unlike how modern games are. But at the time, you know, that game released for the PS3. Back when games were usually finished before they were shipped. It's not to say dislike the constant updates that games get nowadays. And I can't really get behind the crunch that all these devs have to put in. But, you know, if you're gonna release a game, at least finish it. The door that wakes in darkness, opening into nightmares. Now I know game development is like super difficult, and I'm not placing the blame on the devs. It's mostly the publisher's fault. Thinking back to New Vegas. There's a meme in that community about how New Vegas would have been so much better if they had more time to finish it. And, you know, that is absolutely true. New Vegas only had like a year of dev time. So the fact they came out with the game that they did just speaks volumes to the talent that was at Obsidian back then. But, you know, if it wasn't for Bethesda rushing them to put out a new game, New Vegas could have been so much better. Then again, maybe in some alternate universe where they did have time to finish it, the stuff they did add maybe ruined the game. It's hard to believe. Maybe this is the best timeline. I don't know. I just miss when games were about playing the game and not selling you the experience of the game. I mean, this is kind of the experience of itself. This is an experience in and of itself. But you don't see these hour-long cutscenes with mo-capped famous actors. It's locked. Giga computer. They think I look like Giga Chad. It's kind of nice to see when you run into a direction and just random items waiting for you there. This bridge is ruined. I can't get to the hotel from here. So I think I need to get that key, right? But I need the wrench to... The key is in the park? Yeah, this is the one. Okay. At the foot of the praying woman at the park. Is that where I met Maria? Oh, I think so. All right, let's head there then. Cool. Hey! Evangelina? Hi there. Now this is what I call a classic. I have not played since it came out back in 2001. Really? So the memories should just come flooding in, huh? I think no matter who you talk to, they would consider this game a classic. I've heard many a story talking about how this game influenced whatever other people were working on. And I can see why. It's not a lot of games that can really pull off what this game is trying to do. If it was any other game, I would probably laugh that there is undead nurses just walking the streets at night. I'd also get pretty mad that the draw distance is so short. But for some reason it works so well here. I see. So the statue should be right over here? No, I kind of overshot. Oh. Victim of persecution by the Jenny Carroll lived with pride and honor. What happened here shall never be forgotten. The ground is raised up. Could there be something in here? Yeah! Oh, and that's where the wrench comes in. Small metal box is fastened by bolts. Can't open the lid. You know, New Vegas could learn a thing or two about this game. At least James doesn't have to buy a shovel. Got the old bronze key. So at what part of the game are you at now? How far are you? I just got out of the hospital. Spoilers. Maria got, caught, I'll say, by Pyramid Head. And then James kind of went like, oh, I can't do anything right. So now I'm headed to the Historical Society. I'm not really sure how long this game is, but from what I remember, it seemed like it just went on forever. I mentioned this last stream when I was stuck in the apartments. I've never played this game like to completion. I tried to play it a couple years ago when I was making this history on horror video. And I figured, you know, why not try and finish the game? I got my footage, and I got stuck at the apartments because I was missing a coin. And I was like, I don't really know where to go. So I'll just stop here. And just getting to that point felt like it took all day. And surprisingly, I think I made it out in less than 2 hours. Ah. Misty Day remains of the judgment. It's him. You know, if Konami actually sold this as a painting, I would 100% buy it. It would look so nice over the kitchen table. You know, that's what we call a conversation starter. There probably used to be a painting here. Waterfront landscape. Alan Smith. A scene of this area from long ago. From the style, it looks like it was done sometime around 1820. There were a lot fewer people then, and only a handful of buildings. Okay, at this point you already met Angela then. I passed this game years ago, I got the good ending. Yeah, I did meet Angela. I made a joke during last stream that there were like 7 endings. Like a good, a bad, a really good and a really bad. The UFO and the dog ending. And I was like, no, you know, there's probably not that many endings. Unlike the first Silent Hill. And I looked it up. And there are actually like 7 endings. Do I have to do a backwards long jump? Oh my god, that took forever. Who makes stairs that long? Also love the Minecraft goat horn in the background. You know, I really wonder what kind of ending I'm gonna get. I know a little bit about this game from the years of background knowledge of everyone talking about this game. And I know that, like, nobody knows exactly how the endings work. They have to do with something. They have to do with how you treat James. I know that part. And like, if you like pay attention to Maria, you'll get the Maria ending. If you like take care of yourself, you'll like get James's ending. If you're like quote-unquote suicidal. You know, you keep James's health low. You, like, do a whole bunch of other stuff. You got, like, another ending based on that. It's such a cool system. And again, it makes me wonder, why is no other game kind of implemented that sort of system? The hole's dark and I can't see anything. Will you jump down? I mean, might as well, right? Oh, that's creepy. Oh, it's just water. I thought it was like a mirrored surface. It's just a wall. It would be impossible to climb this. What do I do now? Can't use the battery in here. Did I really just fall down a well? Uh-huh. Okay. I guess you know about the dog ending then. Yeah. It's, kind of hard not to. You know, I like watching those obscure video game knowledge fact videos. And, you know, probably every other one is like, did you know about the secret Silent Hill 2 dog ending? I think it was one of the first things I saw about Silent Hill in general, actually. It certainly made me question what this game is about. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Was I not supposed to jump down the hole? Good thing I've got a guide. Make sure not to jump down the well. Oh. I see, okay. This is... From what I just read on the guide, this would be one of those parts where if I played this as a kid, I would have been like, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna stop playing. Wait, what was that? Huh, this is different. Just the spot here feels different than the rest of the wall. I wonder if I could somehow break it. Huh. Yeah, if I didn't have that guide, I think I would have just been stuck there. Don't think I would have the patience to just examine every inch of that wall. I remember watching the trailer of this game years ago in E3 2001. Wow. You know, sometimes I wish I would have been able to go back in time and see old events like that. I mean, even nowadays, I kind of just don't even watch them. But to be able to go back and see the trailer of a game that would become such a cult hit, like for the first time. Also, since you mentioned 2001, Metal Gear Solid 2 released in 2001. And, you know, I brought up the whole Konami situation last stream with how if oh no. Let me hold on to that thought real quick. Oh, okay. This does feel like a nightmare. Thinking maybe, you know, the weathered buttons probably make the right combination. There we go. Get me out of there. Yeah, if I was James, I don't know what I would have done. Especially with stuff like this. I have a fear of heights. Don't think I would just jump down into the abyss. I guess then again, James doesn't seem like he would mind.
Killing a person ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head. Pow.
No, Eddie.
You killed him? But it wasn't my fault. He made me do it.
Calm down, Eddie. Tell me what happened.
That guy, he had it coming. I didn't do anything. He just came after me. Besides, he was making fun of me with his eyes, Like that other one.
Just for that, you killed him?
What do you mean, just for that?
Eddie,
Honestly,
you can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
such a mood.
Oh yeah? Why not? Till now I always let people walk all over me. Just like that stupid dog. He had it coming too.
What?
Eddie,
I was just joking, James. He was dead when I got here, honest. Anyway, I gotta run.
you're going out there alone?
Oh, that makes sense.
Eddie?
The whole dog ending. Yeah. I think I rewatched that ending because I looked up all the endings. I saw a little bit of it, and I remember the dog kind of like growling at him. I think maybe that's why. But anyways, what I was saying before, you know, both of these games made by Konami, of course. You know, Kojima was working on Metal Gear Solid pretty much at the same time. Is it really that much out of the realm of possibility that, you know, Kojima might have stopped by Team Silence, like, work area? Maybe. You know, got a couple ideas here and there? I never really questioned that. I never really questioned that until the whole Kojima ruse theory was kind of being put out there. You know, since Kojima was going to make Silent Hills, it never really crossed my mind that maybe there was something more to that. Oh, before I move off that topic, one of my favorite things about the Silent Hills trailer is that, like, there's some MGS5 models used in it. I don't know if that's Kojima reusing assets from Metal Gear, but in that first, like, teaser trailer of the first-person perspective of that guy running through the house, right? That character model where all the centipedes come out of looks a lot like Chico. And, you know, I never noticed it myself until I watched the video pointing it out. And I always thought how cool it was that maybe Silent Hills was supposed to be Venom Snake's, like, nightmare when he was in a coma. I could totally see that happening. And of course, a different chat member mentioned Silent Hill Origins on the PSP. And I remember that game because apparently there was a cut ending where Travis would wake up from, you know, Silent Hill, and it turns out to be like Big Boss in a tree sleeping. You know, it would have been one of those secret endings. But for whatever reason it was cut. So maybe I'm reaching here, but I always liked Metal Gear, and I think I wanted to like Silent Hill a lot more because of those hidden connections. But even if it doesn't connect, these are still great games. It's a shame that, you know, you can't really play them. Toluca Lake, the town's main tourist attraction. This clear, beautiful lake has another side as well. It may seem like just a typical ghost story that you might find in any number of old towns across the country, but in this case, the legend is true. On a fog-bound November day in 1918, the Little Baroness, a ship filled with tourists, failed to return to port. A newspaper article from back then simply says, it most likely sunk for some reason. Despite an extensive police search, not a single fragment of the ship, nor any of the 14 bodies of passengers or crew, has ever been recovered to this day. In 1939, an even stranger incident occurred. Many corpses rest at the bottom of this lake. Their bony hands reach up towards the boats that pass overhead. Perhaps they reach for their comrades. Sunken boat? Metal Gear Survive? Konami? Survive has a lot of, underwater imagery. I don't know. Plus, you know, Pyramid Head. Item. Hunting rifle. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to think there's some sort of connection, because I like both franchises. I think it would be cool if they connect in certain ways. I sometimes question what James would do in this game. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking to myself this whole time, like, if I was in this situation, would I really be doing all this? There's a cover in the ground. There's only a depression left where there was probably once a handle. Probably gonna have to find a handle there. I know for sure I would not go into a hospital on a foggy day where there's monsters. For sure would not jump into a hole. You know, maybe that's just a me thing. Not a big fan of huge gaps. I don't know, maybe it's symbolic more than it is realistic. Maybe James would probably not do this anyways, but because he feels like he's let down Mary, so to speak, he does do this stuff. Or maybe it ties into the fact that he kind of doesn't have anything to live for. So, you know, maybe fighting monsters in a rusty dimension of hell, you know, it doesn't really faze him. If you don't mind me asking, how are you? I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. I've been extremely busy today, getting everything prepared for tomorrow. But I'd rather stay busy than have nothing to do. But thanks for asking. How are you? – 2001 is also my favorite years of gaming because Metal Gear Solid 2, Devil May Cry 1, Gran Turismo 3, GTA 3, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Jak and Daxter, Halo 1, Sonic Adventure 2, Ghost Recon 2001, Onimusha, etc. I didn't realize how many of those games came out in 2001. Huh. Yeah, no, those are all pretty great games. Gonna say pretty gate games. I think personally, 2008, 2009 were some of my favorite years. That's the first time I played a Metal Gear game. I got into it through Metal Gear Solid 4. Not knowing what was happening in that game made me want to check the others out. Plus a lot of other personal stuff happened. I look back on those years very fondly. And since there's sports games every year, I guess there's no reason to mention those games. Ah. So you also like sports games. I've never been much of a sports fan, so I never really checked them out. Why is this enemy so hard to... Oh. Yeah. I played like one sports game. This looks like a boss arena. Not going in there yet. I played like one NFL game. And I was like, nope, not for me. $436 people at a recital. Burning Man. Ah, is that a real life reference? What did I just hear? Tablet of the Oppressor. Oh no. Oh no. Am I just stuck in here? Oh. That was weird. this goes back over here. Okay, I still haven't checked out these other cells. Within cells interlinked. I guess I'm gonna go check out those cells then. Within cells interlinked. Within cells interlinked. Within cells interlinked. Wax doll. There's a part where James puts his hands in a toilet for something he needed. I remember that. He... Okay. You see, that got to me, right? Because there's this toilet, you know, full of God knows what. And James kind of just puts his hand down the toilet. Doesn't even roll up his sleeves or anything, you know. Just really soaks in all that disgusting toilet water. I guess also kind of proves the point. James doesn't really care. But, I don't know about that. At least roll up your sleeves, dude. Oh, that's right. This is the... that I said the boss arena, huh? There it is. Let me save first and then I'll go into there. Don't exactly have the most excited feeling right now to... Oh, this isn't it. Oh, it's... maybe it's the whole big area. That's gonna be fun. Mary is James' wife, right? Yeah. You have to wonder if they had an in-joke on that. Because of course, you know, James doesn't stop talking about his dead wife. You know, of course he wouldn't. And like everyone kind of makes fun of him for it. Like, oh, you can't stop talking about your dead wife. What about me, huh? What about the monsters? And I think that's the only realistic depiction of James. Like, I think he would kind of focus on that. It is kind of the whole reason he's here. Alright, we went into those. Don't think that door was openable. So we gotta go back to that boss arena. Alright, this is the right way. Sometimes it is kind of hard to remember exactly where to go. It's hard to distinguish Rusty Gate number 31 from Rusty Gate number 52. Ah, I give you blood to atone for the 3 sins. It is written on top of the engraving. Beneath the engravings are 3 square depressions. One of which is a reference to James. Tablet of the Oppressor. The Seductress. Gluttonous Pig. When did I pick this one up? There are 3 ropes hanging from the scaffold. This is all under the horseshoe. This is all under the Historical Society, isn't it? I do love the manifestations of things that just shouldn't exist. Case in point, like the first Silent Hill. When I played that game, I made a ton of jokes about the bottomless pit that appears in the 2nd floor of the hospital. Because, you know, of course, makes sense. But it really adds to that dreamlike quality. It is scary when you find a huge, carved out room that has no purpose, just underground. I don't know where to go. Maybe that circle is telling me? Seems like a good choice. I did also notice there's a door here I didn't go through. I meant to say how old you are, but it auto-corrected itself. I am 22. So, when all these games were releasing, you could also say I was being released too. That's a terrible way to put it. Yeah, I dropped with all the classics. So, you know, that's why I said... Oh, do I use the horseshoe here? Of course I don't. How silly me. That's why I said I wish I could go back in time and see all those E3s. Yeah, I don't know where to go now. maybe I had to pick up something from the puzzle. But yeah, growing up as a kid, I had no chance of ever playing these games. So even though I didn't exactly grow up with them, they still managed to etch themselves into my collective unconscious. I'm just saying words at this point. No, these games just spoke out to me by how weird they were compared to everything else. And being so young, one, I didn't have the money to play them. And two, why would I play the scary game when I could play something else that's gonna be fun? You know, eventually all that changed, but it's about time I give these games a chance. The whole point of this franchise, I guess, is to face your fears. And these games always made me scared, because I felt like I would have no idea what to do. And speaking of which, I don't know what to do. Metal horseshoe. Wax doll. I have a lighter. Looks like its flame is stronger than normal lighters. I forgot this isn't Resident Evil. You can't just combine things in your inventory. You have to use them. Let's see, that's all blocked off. I met Eddie in this room. I'm guessing this hatch opens up to the basement floor. Oh, technically, I guess we're in a different area now? The prison? Oh. Oh, duh, right? Again, this seems like another thing. If I played these games when I was younger, would have no idea what to do. Apparently, according to the guide, I have to use all three items. The wax doll, the lighter, horseshoe at the hatch. You know, in hindsight, don't exactly know how that would work. Can you really make a hatch out of those three things? I feel like that still wouldn't work. But this is Silent Hill. Things don't exactly make sense. So I fell down right above those stairs, and I ended up here? Did that just move, or was it only my imagination? There's a hole in the floor. I can't see the bottom. Go down another hole. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. Someone asked... Another hole. Do I really have to go... Do I really have to drop through it? Someone asked Masashiro Ito on Twitter if the hole represents... You know... The hole. I think... Ironically, and he did not take it well. That is an interesting concept, though. Going down... Oh. Didn't even check that other door. Going down deeper and somehow ending up higher than we started. I think a couple other games do that. Same idea. And I always think it's interesting the way different people interpret it. Uh, 2008, I'm guessing GTA 4 and Gears of War 3 came out during that year. I think so too. Funny enough, I've never played Gears of War 3, or any Gears of War for that matter. I've never played GTA 4 either. I played a little GTA 5 years after it came out, and I stopped playing it because I thought it was so boring. My friends were kind of egging me on to play online with them, and when I would join online, there'd be like nothing to do. But even in 2008, I used to play old games. You know, granted, MGS4 came out that year, but I think by the time I played it, it was like a year old. And I think in video game standards, being a year old is like 50% off. This is not working. Let's use some of my 200 rounds of ammo. Oh, drawn map. Oh, that's funny. I said last stream, if I was in Silent Hill, I would not wait to pick up a map. I would just make my own. That's funny. I also read somewhere, now that I remembered, I remember reading a Reddit post when I was playing Silent Hill 1 that said that they used to watch their mom play Silent Hill 4 and she would make maps. She would take like pieces of paper and map out the area herself. I always thought that was kind of cool. But anyways. I hope I'm not confusing the Silent Hill games, but is this the game where you fight Flying Demon as boss? I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Don't want to go down there. Unless I really have to. Oh, and this is just the same area. It's just in a loop. Oh, that's an awesome camera angle. Great knife. What do you think this room represents? Great knife, massive weapon wielded by Pyramid Head. Hard to use, but lethal. Ah, yeah, getting those reps in. No, I've never played this game before. This is all pretty much brand new. I only got as far as the apartments when I first played it. But I think Silent Hill 1 has the flying demon. I know for sure that's the final boss. Were you a PlayStation guy back then? Yes and no. It's kind of complicated. Oh, I think I know what this is. I had a PS2. I did have a lot of games for the PS2, but most of my friends had Xboxes. So I kind of always wanted an Xbox. And then I saw my cousins playing Halo. And I said, man, I wish I had an Xbox so I could play that. And I think I started out as a PlayStation guy. But slowly I started transitioning over to Xbox. And then one Christmas I got a 360. And once that happened, it was Jover. Oh, do I use the great knife to cut the rope or whatever? Oh. Somehow I thought that would work. I think I have to go explore down back with Pyramid Head. I didn't do the full loop around, so maybe I missed something. I think that's the only way forward for now. But yeah, once I got a 360, I got really into Halo 3. Played all different types of games with my friends. And once the PS4 came out, oh! That's like a Sony executive trying to kill me for saying Xbox is better. No, I don't think there's anything else down there. So yeah, once the PS4 came out, then my other friends transitioned to that console. And, I got an Xbox One. So... Oh, and then... Yeah, that's funny. When that generation of consoles was coming out, I got a PS3 on Black Friday for like $100. And I got it specifically so that I could play MGS4. And up until this day, that's the only reason I still use it. I see now. Hi. ALG? ALG? Back then in the 80s and 90s, I would write down in a piece of paper what enemies would be in a level, where to go next, because there was no saves in those times, so you were killed. You would have to start at the beginning of the game again until you made it to the last level and finished the game. I would also write down all my high scores of a game of what would be my best high score. Yeah, I've played some of those games. Really makes me grateful that we have more or less save points now. Hey, Maria? I thought you were...
You're alive! Maria, I thought that thing killed you. Are you hurt bad?
Not at all, silly.
Maria? That thing, it stabbed you. There was blood everywhere.
Stabbed me? What do you mean?
It chased us to the elevator, and then...
James, what are you talking about?
Just before! Don't you remember?
James, honey, did something happen to you?
Oh no.
After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Peter, remember the time we got stuck in Silent Hill?
You said you took everything, but you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
So, you're Maria?
I am. If you want me to be.
All I want from you is an answer.
It doesn't matter who I am. I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real. Don't you want to touch me?
I don't know.
Come and get me. I can't do anything through these bars.
Okay. Stay right there. I'll be there soon.
Love the subtext. What did Silent Hill 2 mean by that? Yeah, I don't know what we have to do now. Oh, wider cutter. Okay. Now I get it. Yeah, like I was saying, I've played some of those games. I've seen other people play, mostly. Like the first Legend of Zelda. Then again, didn't Legend of Zelda introduce saving as a mechanic? But like the first Metal Gear, that was one of those games where you had to finish it all in one go. The closest I've gotten to that anxiety is when I would play Resident Evil 2. I mean, not Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4 on the PS2. Since I could only play a certain time on the weekends, back then, I would be so afraid that my parents would be like, okay, it's time for you to turn that thing off, and I would not be near a save point. And I'd lose, you know, how many hours of progress. So yeah, I don't really... I haven't really experienced that to that extent, but I know more or less what you mean. Hey, Eric. Hey man, what's up? How are you doing? Wait a moment. Wait a moment, is James hallucinating? That's a good question, because I don't know. I want to say, probably. I'm just going in a loop. Yeah, I want to say probably. Or maybe. Maria wasn't even real to begin with? I don't know. Maria is still there. Somehow. Let's see, if we go up this ladder, we just end up back where we were. Okay, I'm kind of getting confused now. That's where we came from, to the right. And this is the other side. Cool. Yeah. Love to see the empty room. Is there a wall here that's different from the others? You know, this is kind of, now that I'm thinking about it, this is the equivalent of, like Star Wars killing off... Oh, that's a spoiler. I won't say who, but in the last... Just in case no one knows, in the last, Star Wars movie, they kill off, like, this major character, and like 5 minutes later they bring them back. It's kind of what happened here. It's only been an hour since we lost Maria. Whoa, that's all I'm gonna say about that cutscene. This is where we... Where else did I need to use those wire cutters? What is this? Oh, that's the one room. And those go to the bottom with Pyramid Head. Man, it really is a good thing I have this guide. Not that I wouldn't, you know, constantly look over to this. I just don't want to just waste time walking around over and over. Okay. So we got the wire cutter. Cutting the wires. Follow the path and take a left around the corner. Then move forward to the wall. This is a labyrinth. I would say that. Okay. Let's see if I can follow this more or less. Let's go back. Yes, it did introduce saving back in 1987. The first Zelda. Excuse me. Can't you see I'm walking here? This is just the loop, right? Yeah. And of course the game War of Nintendo vs. Sega was huge back then too. We're still kind of feeling the ramifications of that, aren't we? Yeah, like, it's crazy to think back then there was only Nintendo and Sega. And for a large part of that, there was pretty much no competition. And like all the ads, I watched a whole compilation of old video game ads. And like every ad back then was just, if you use Nintendo, you're a baby. 'Cause real gamers use Sega. And it's like, if you use Sega, you're not a real gamer because only real games are on Nintendo. Still crazy. I'm trying to read these instructions. Okay. down the first right path, follow the hallway to the right, and down another ladder. This room is shaped like a square with an angled corner. Take either path past any lying figures and move up to the other ladder. Okay, so I think that means the loop we were caught in just goes to the other ladder, so it doesn't matter. This is new. Oh! Follow up the corridor. Take the right path, move left around the fence, and go down the ladder. Ah! So we have to go to the left here, I just want to see, yeah. I think I would have figured this out. It was just the one ladder I missed. Follow the path around the corner, take the first left, and then go up the ladder at the end. Oh, this is creepy. Just a huge empty room with nothing in it, partly flooded. It's very luminal. Okay. Oh, that's an enemy. Let me scroll down here. There's this, like, huge page of just saying exactly where you need to go. And, again, if I missed that first ladder, which I did, I would have probably been walking around for hours trying to figure out where to go. Which I guess if I had more free time, it's not exactly a bad thing. Okay. Take the first left and immediately go up the ladder. Okay, perfect. Oh. Time to put this guide away. Don't want any more spoilers. You were either A, the ones that had a Nintendo SNES and said that Nintendo is better, B, have only a Sega Genesis console, say that Sega's better, C, have both consoles and just enjoy playing games on both consoles from that era. Or D, have either of those consoles in case you had SNES that you have to go to a friend's house and play on their Sega Genesis. Or if you had a Sega Genesis, you would go to a friend's house and play on their SNES. That's kind of funny, because that culture still kind of lived on, even well past into the Xbox One, PS4 generation.
Daddy, don't!
Huh. Very nice, very cool. What did I walk in on? Of course, this is my problem now. You know, as much as I hate this room, I am kind of digging the design. It's so gross looking. Don't you wish you could just go to your own personal hell and witness horrors unknown to mankind?
Are you okay?
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Angela, relax.
Don't order me around!
I'm not trying to order you.
So what do you want then? Oh, I see. You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up to. It's always the same. You're only after one thing.
No, that's not true at all.
You don't have to lie. Go ahead and say it. Or you could just force me. Beat me up like he always did. You only care about yourself anyway. You disgusting pig.
Angela.
Don't touch me! You make me sick. You said your wife Mary was dead, right?
Yes. She was ill.
Liar! I know about you. You didn't want her around anymore. You probably found someone else.
That's ridiculous. I never...
Huh. There's a lot to unpack there. Yeah, I don't know. That's, Oh, okay. That's very interesting. I'll say that. To get back onto a lighter subject. Oh, more nooses. Okay, I guess I have to figure this out then. Poor Angela. Yeah. I think that's kind of an understatement. His face is covered with a piece of paper. There's something written on it. This man was hanged for the crime of swindling. Justice and revenge have been served. This man was hanged for the crime of arson, kidnapping, crime of thievery, counterfeiting, and murder. Okay. I guess I have to figure out something else on this other room? Man, that's quite the camera angle. Yeah, to get back on a lighter subject. I used to take my Xbox One over to my friend's house, and we would play the games that I had. So, I don't know how that culture is doing now, but for the most part, it still more or less was alive and well when I used to partake in it. It's getting late over here. Bye. Alright. Thank you for stopping by, Evangelina. I think I am gonna stop, like, any moment here. I was looking for a save point so I could end it, because I think I'm getting close to the end of the game. And I want to save the ending for tomorrow. Have a very special stream planned out. And I know I kind of stream late. But, yeah, thanks for stopping by. I hope you sleep well. Hopefully you don't get transported into some nightmares like these are. On that note, I think I did have a Silent Hill dream the other day. I've been thinking about this game. I can't turn the handles unless I remove the handcuffs. I think I've been thinking about it too much. My subconscious is getting all whacked out. But yeah, thank you for watching. It's nice to have a different perspective once in a while. Oh, should I read that? Is that a hint? Dead men swinging in. How many dead men do you see? Long dead? Turned blue and face gone gray? Oh. Swinging in a tree. How many dead men do you see? Tongue turned blue and face gone gray. Watch them as they twist and sway. The first one killed the butcher man, then cooked him in a frying pan. Served him to his hungry guests and gave them seconds on request. The next one, with his smile and sweets, stole poor children off the streets. To men who dressed unsavory, he sold them into slavery. Breaking into a home at night, the thief he had a nasty fright. Filled with his foolish head with ale and woke in the morn in the county jail. The artist with his daunting skill tried his hand at painting bills, but caught in rain he was undone when the ink he'd used did start to run. With promises of great return, taking gold he did not earn, bundled it up out of sight, quietly slipped off into the night. 3 houses into ashes burned, the sheriff with no place to turn, did spy a stranger to his town, locked him up and beat him down. Round their necks the noose be tied. So, the first one, you know, killed some people. Second one, oh, I think it's the order. Murder, kidnapping, robbery? This is that swindling. And then I skipped something. Okay. That is pretty cool. Of course, that's not here. Let's see, so it was murder, kidnapping, swindling. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, counterfeiting. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, was this not murder? This was arson. I see. Okay. And thievery. I thought for sure that was murder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. Oh, that's a whole bunch. Yeah, I think that's the order it said. Murder, kidnapping. Oh, thievery is 3. Whatever that one was. And then swindling. And then arson is last. Okay. I will forget this, so let me write this down. And I already skipped all that. Murder. Kidnapping. Thievery? Counterfeiting, that's what it was. Swindling and arson. All right. These puzzles are very creative, I would say. I don't know what to say, honestly. The puzzles in most horror games don't usually end up involving hanged bodies. Counterfeiting. And of course, murder is that one. Alright, let's see if I wrote these down correctly. I could see why you'd need a pen and paper. You know, Silent Hill is for them people who don't think. I mean... Resident Evil is for them people who don't think. Silent Hill is a thinking man's game. Makes you want to... No, I won't say that. James has already gone through enough. Then this one. And... there we go. That should be it. Oh, you know what? I think I have to do these in order. It's one after another, right? And then we leave here, maybe? Or something. I thought maybe we had to go in a loop. Not that kind of loop. But, you know, go this one and then go through the door and it would... Or maybe because I skipped the cutscene, it didn't actually pull it down. Or maybe I think I did it in reverse. I think that's actually what happened. Then this one. All right. No, that still wasn't the right order? Oh man, I'm gonna finish this if it kills me. Yeah, no, that's pulled down. Oh, that's weird. Is it really only one at a time? So I was kind of right that it would loop back around. They are right next to me. Maybe I should just look this up in the guide so I'm not wasting time. Because I don't think this is the way you're supposed to do this. I'm pretty sure I got the order correct. I just don't know how to input them. Maybe that worked. Yeah, no, that's not working. Alright, guide. I keep looking over at this guide, but it truly is the only thing saving this run. Okay. Oh, the idea is to determine which was actually innocent. I thought I had to put the ropes in order of the way that the riddle was telling me to. You see, without this guide, I would still be... just running around, wasting time. Arsonist. How would I ever come up with that? I mean, it truly is the thinking man's game. Resident Evil would not put a puzzle this hard. I say this hard. It's more tedious than hard. Yeah, no, I still have to... I think, collect their IDs, it said? Only the sinless one can help you here. Mistakenly pull on the criminal's ropes and your reward will be returned to you in a shape most wondrously strange. Oh, that's why there's so many enemies here. Because I pulled on the wrong one. I see now. The paper that was covering the corpse's face is lying here. Okay, I guess you could theoretically brute force that. I was kind of expecting the handcuffs to just disappear. It's locked. That's strange, a locked door down here?